Hi, this is Kathy with Craft with Kathy. Thanks for joining me this evening. I got a quick little project here that I think is going to be kind of cute, using the Witch's phrases, or Witchy phrases transfer. As you can see, there's a couple different designs here, so it could be used in multiple of ways. I am coming at you from the suburbs west of Chicago. Drop me a line. Let me know where you're watching from. Hold on. I'm sorry about the shadow behind me. That looks a little strange. We'll take care of that in a moment. I am going to cut this apart on the cut lines and put it on this cute little chalkboard. Is there a reason the light's out? I need the other light on. What can you do? And this is not technical difficulties. Oh goodness, so I'm sorry. So I'm just gonna cut this on the cut line and we'll get moving right to it. Yeah, that's much better, thank you. I got a couple different ideas for some of these individual transfers. This is actually a C-size transfer, so it's 12 by 18 inches, and it has 9 individual pieces. And I'm going to be using If the Shoe Fits tonight. Let me move this out of the way and we will get started. And I'm going to take a moment here to share this with my VIP group. If you would like to be privy to some additional videos, training, specials, and some games, just drop the letters VIP in the comments below and I will send you the link to my no obligation VIP group. It is open to everyone other than designers, and that's due to company policy. If you have any questions as we go along, please drop them in the comments. I'm happy to answer anything. If there's anything in particular that you're looking to see, I know this is kind of for Halloween, so we're a little bit, a little bit more than a month off. And then I'm going to probably be doing some Thanksgiving or more fall items. And then, of course, as the holidays approach, more holiday-themed projects. But so if there's anything in particular you'd like to see, just drop them in the comments and I will try and accommodate. So I hesitated a little bit with the colors that I wanted to use for this, and oh goodness, I can't talk. It's been a long week. Unfortunately, I was in the hospital with my mom, and she's out and doing pretty good, which I'm very grateful for. So I've been away longer than I intended. Ooh, look at Runaway Shimmer Olive. As you might have guessed by now, I'm a little bit biased towards our shimmer paste. I absolutely love the shimmers. And I'm going to be using our Shimmer Plum, our Olive Shimmer, and the Melon Shimmer for tonight's little project. So I'm going to just put these on the side and grab my fuzzing cloth. This is a found surface, and I think it's ideal for this little transfer if the shoe fits. Now, I suppose we could take that a couple different ways. So, I'm just cleaning off a little squeegee that I'm going to use there. And I'm going to fuzz this transfer and show you what you can make in a matter of a few little minutes. If you are not familiar with fuzzing or any other terms I'm going to be using, drop something in the comments and I will definitely enlighten you, or check out one of my other videos where I give a little bit more detail as to the process. But as you'll be able to see, it's quick, easy, and pretty amazing all the way around. Now this doesn't quite fit the way it is, so I'm going to do a little bit of positioning here. And right here I'm going to do if the shoe. Oops. Somehow I've got some melon shimmer there. Well, I guess I'm going to have to do that part in melon shimmer, right? So I'm doing if the in my olive shimmer. And just smoothing the paste across my transfer, removing any lines and the excess and putting it back into the jar. And then let me grab another squeegee here, and I will do the word shoe in the melon. And yes, that is a coffee pot percolating in the background. Now our shimmer paste is really cool. It gives a little bit of sparkle, somewhat like glitter, but not quite as heavy and definitely not as messy. So I love using our shimmer paste. It just takes a little bit longer to dry than our regular paste, but basically is water soluble chalk, just like our regular chalk paste. I'm removing the lines, removing the excess. I'm going to put it back in its little jar. And then I'm going to lift this up. I've got a little smudge there. That's okay. I could take care of it later. I'm going to put the word fits up here over to my side and a little bit off. I haven't measured this perfectly, so we shall see, oops, how that turns out. Don't have it straight. Let me redo, and I'm taking care not to hit my shimmer paste that is still wet here. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll do it a slightly different way. I'll just put the shoe down here and do that first. I'm going to lift this up so that I can push down on the transfer and get the shoe in place. Our transfers are made out of vinyl with silk screen that we push the paste through. I want to make sure it's nice and flat. I had a little bit of an air bubble there. I just need an extra hand here. Let's see if I can do this. Put something here to stop my transfer from falling over onto my paste. Sometimes I need an extra hand, what can I say? So I've got this smoothed down, and I'm going to use our shimmer purple for the shoe. So let me open that up. I'm juggling squeegees. I should have had 3 of them ready here. Okay, so I've got the purple, the shimmer purple. Ooh, grabbed a little bit too much, but that's fine. I'll just put the excess back in the jar. And then I want to get right here into the corner to get all of the shoe. Smooth it out. Got the top of the shoe there. Remove the excess paste, and once again, put the excess paste back in the jar. I'm getting stuck to the transfer. What could I say? I'm going to lift this up. And there's our little shoe. So far, so good. I'm going to cover up my purple shimmer or plum shimmer. And I really didn't think I needed to dry this before I continued today, but I should have actually brought my little dryer on here. It's really nice in that it allows me to dry the paste a little bit quicker. It does not get really hot. It looks like a heat gun, but it is not a heat gun. And I don't have it handy, so I'm going to work around it right now. I'm grabbing a piece of paper towel. Like I said, our chalk paste can be removed from surfaces. And I've got a little smudging here from where I let the transfer kind of lean over where my words were. So I'm going to get rid of that. Oops, it's a little bit, it's starting to dry. All right. Art, can you bring me that spritzer, the water bottle? I'm just going to dampen a paper towel and actually, well, you know, truly, if it's dried, I could scratch it away with my fingernail. Our paste goes on liquid but dries to a hard finish, and generally you could run your hand across it and not actually remove it. Notice I had to use my fingernail to kind of scrape at that. So once the project's done, you can dry dust it. Water bottle, please. Well, either I'm not being heard or I'm being ignored. What can you do? So I'm taking a piece of paper towel. I've just poured a little bit of water on it. And to get this other area that I smudged right here, I want to come in there and wipe it up. I'm hoping that I can have a steady enough hand here to get between the letters. If not, I could always redo it. And that's what's cool. If you make a little mistake, just clean your transfer and redo it. It's as simple as that. I want to put the word fits in here, and I might have run out of a little room. Let me just clean up my surface because, of course, knowing me, I am a messy crafter. What can I say? I'm not apologizing for it. It's just the way things are. Clean this up a little bit. And you know what? I am actually going to scrub up or clean up my transfer as I sit here. I might as well just set this aside and show you how you clean a transfer. It really, truly is very, very simple. Ideally, I'd run this over to the sink and just run water over it. And then, Art, can you bring my spritzer? The water bottle? Please, thank you. Thanks. I'm just going to give it a little spritz of water on the adhesive side of our transfer and then on the top. And then I'm going to clean off the chalk paste. Now, how easy is this? Like I said, our paste is water soluble and can be removed with water. Sometimes I use a board eraser, which is really nice. I'll use it usually on our larger transfers. I've got a little staining here, and it's just from the pigmentation of the paste. That's fine. It in no way affects the reusability of the transfer. Our transfers can be used 8 to 12 times or more. Now I'm just going across the back and removing the paste. And whoops, and once I get the paste all off, then I go back over the transfer, usually in one direction, and just remove the lint that I deliberately applied with fuzzing cloth. There we go. So that's easy peasy, and then I set it aside to dry, sticky side up. Now in this case, I'm going to speed dry it a little bit using my fuzzing towel because I want to reuse a portion of it. So I'm going to put it on the fuzzing towel, microfiber side before I fuzzed it on the terry side, fold it out, and just squeeze the liquid out of it. Simple, simple. And you can see it already stuck to my cloth. I'm peeling it off. I'm going to set it here to dry on a flat surface just for a few minutes. See, it's already recovered its stickiness, if you can see that. So that'll only take a moment. I'm going to check this out, see if this is dry enough to continue. I have a little cubby cabinet. It's like little cubicles with the little cloth drawers or whatever in it near the door of the living room, kind of like a divider, if you will. And I'm thinking that I might put a couple of these little sayings on different boards up there, along with some of my pumpkins and a little bit more Halloween things. I've got such a cool Halloween project planned for next week. It's just absolutely awesome. I have to do a little prep painting the surface, and it's one of my larger things that I will ever actually be doing. It's basically a nice big sign for outside, and once I'm done chalking it, I will seal it with sealer to protect it from the elements, and then I could use it year after year, but it's going to be really, really cool. So I'm anxious to get to work with that. Do you decorate for Halloween? Also, I'm going to put my bats out on the porch and kind of dangle them and hang them, and it's going to be fun. Okay, let's see. I need to fuzz this again, and I'm just going to fuzz the area that I'm going to use. I'm just going to use the word fits. I don't have to fuzz the entire transfer because I'm only going to do part of it. And then I'll clean that one word and let it dry and put it away, and then I could use it again. I can make multiples of the same thing. I can mix and match my words from one transfer and another, or mix, use a couple of them together. It really depends on what you want to do, and that's part of the fun of this and the creativity. And then when I'm all done, if I choose to, I could just spritz this board with water and put a design on it more suited for Thanksgiving. I don't have to, I could reuse my surface. How cool is that? I'm going to actually check and see if this purple or the plum is dry. I'm a little bit hesitant to touch it with my fingers because I don't want to smear it. I think it just needs about another minute or so. But check out that shimmer from the paste. See if I can get the light to hit it. Oh, that. Doesn't the shoe look cool? That's the plum shimmer. And I think the melon, the olive, and the plum go great as a Halloween combo of colors. What do you think? This happens to be a double-sided board, so I could actually put a design on the other side too. And use it for another occasion if I wish. Okay, so I think that should be dried enough now. And I'm going to try and get the word fits in here. I don't want to overlap the shoe. And I'm a little hesitant to press down on this because I'm not quite sure what's going to fit. I need to pick it up, hold up the bottom a little bit. I'm coming right up to it. I could actually put it on an angle. I think I like that better. See if I can get it to scoot down there a little bit. I want to make sure that I don't have a bubble underneath it, but I think that's cool, and I'm going to do that with the olive shimmer. So let me grab a little paste here. Oops, I grabbed a lot of paste there. I didn't look at what I had on my squeegee, but no harm, no foul. I'm just going to apply it, smooth it out, and remove the excess. It's basically the same thing over and over for applying paste. There are some other techniques which are really cool, and you could see them in some other videos I have. Be happy to share with them. I love sharing how easy it is to be creative with our transfers, our paste, and we actually also offer ink. And our inks are permanent. They have to be heat set, whereas our chalk paste just dries and it's fine, but is removable from many different surfaces. Our paste can be used on chalkboard like this, dry erase, wood, glass, mirror, metal, ceramic, fabric, canvas, you name it. And many surfaces like chalkboard and dry erase boards, it's washable where you could remove the design and reuse the surface. On wood, sometimes the pigment actually alters or seeps into the wood because it's more porous. And on glass and mirror, which are not porous at all, it's easy to remove the design from it. You just need to fuzz it a little bit because if your surface isn't very porous, then your transfer sticks quite snugly. So maybe I would fuzz this on my little fuzzing towel 8 times or something instead of 3 or 4. You get a feel for it. It really is easy. So now I've got this clean. Just want to make sure I have no chalk paste in the silk screen. You should be able to kind of see through the silk screen. If you're ever unsure, just put it up to a light. And then I'm going to put it on my, oops, I've got a little paste here, cleaned off. I'm going to put it on a flat surface and let it dry. And then when it's done, I will put it in its little cellophane bag for storage. Now, I've got this little area in between where my paste is actually dried. I was going to do this with a wet paper towel, but I think I'm going to just use the back of one of my little stir sticks to come in here and scrape it off. Kind of blow that paste off. Oh, let's see if I can get the edge a little bit. I don't have the steadiest of hands, but this still works pretty cool even for me. How quick and easy was this? Cute little sign for the holidays. And it even has a little easel, oops, that it rests on. So I'm starting to display my Halloween wares. What could I say? Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I surely do appreciate it. I'm going to let that finish drying. Have a wonderful weekend. See you soon.